today's video, we'll see how Dapr makes microservices easier, more scalable, and less painful. And trust me, you will see why it's a game changer. I'm Lionel, your MCT and MVP, and this video is part of my ACA playlist. I'm making this video because I often get asked what is Dapr and why should I use it. The truth is, if you're not a microservices expert, Dapr can seem a bit abstract.
What?
My goal today is to break it down in a simple way so you can see exactly how it helps. Let's quickly remember why we use microservices in the first place. When implemented correctly, microservices give teams the autonomy they need to work independently. This independence enables faster deployments because you are updating smaller pieces of your application. And along with this speed, you get technology flexibility to choose the right tools for each job. Not only that, but you can scale specific services without scaling everything else. Also, this targeted approach means high availability because your entire system doesn't go down with one service. And when failures do happen, they stay contained within a single service rather than cascading throughout the application. But here's the reality. Despite all these benefits, even when following all the right patterns, microservices bring serious challenges.
Challenge accepted.
Service interactions become incredibly complex as your system grows. This complexity makes network resilience hard to maintain across all connection points. Additionally, data consistency across different services turns into a nightmare when each service has its own database. On top of that, your attack surface grows exponentially with each new service you add. And if it wasn't enough, version management across all these interconnected services can be overwhelming. This is exactly where Dapr comes into the picture to bridge the gap between theory and practice. Dapr stands for Distributed Application Runtime, and it's an open source framework specifically designed to make distribution applications easier to build and maintain. Through its innovative approach, it provides APIs called building blocks in the Dapr world that enable your applications to communicate seamlessly while handling all the infrastructure complexities behind the scenes. The best part about this solution, developers can finally focus just on business logic instead of writing endless plumbing code.
That's right.
So how does Dapr actually work? It uses a sidecar architecture, whether you are running on your laptop, an edge device, or in the cloud. And within this architecture, each of your microservices gets paired with a Docker runtime that provides the API layer. These consistent APIs work with practically any programming languages and across most platforms. It gives you incredible flexibility, and through these interfaces, Dapr handles state management, messaging between services, synchronous calls, complex workflows, and so much more. To understand the practical benefits, think about what happens when you create a new service today. You typically write the same code for configuring business logic, implementing security, managing secrets, and setting up observability. With Dapr in your toolkit, you use the same consistent approach for all these tasks, saving tremendous development time. Your code remains infrastructure agnostic, which means if you decide to switch from Amazon DynamoDB, for instance, to Azure Cosmos DB, you will only need minimal changes instead of rewriting entire components in your code. And beyond these architectural advantages, Dapr provides security by default with MTLS encryption and spiffy authentication standards, eliminating countless security configuration headaches. In addition to robust security, it gives you observability out of the box through OpenTelemetry for comprehensive tracing, metrics, and logs. The beauty of this implementation is that all of these features integrate seamlessly with whatever monitoring tools you are already comfortable using. Now that you understand why Dapr is so valuable, let's look how easy it is to enable it in both Azure Container Apps and AKS. For Azure Container Apps, the process is remarkably simple. You can activate Dapr on an existing container apps either through the Azure CLI with the command AZ container app Dapr enable. You can also do it directly through the portal by simply switching Dapr to enabled in the appropriate menu. The entire process takes just seconds and your apps immediately gain all the benefits we have discussed. For AKS, the setup involves just a few more steps, but it's still straightforward. First, you will need to register the Kubernetes configuration resource provider with Azure. Next, you will register the extension types feature to your Azure subscription. And finally, you create the extension and install Dapr directly on your AKS cluster. But don't worry about memorizing these steps. I have included links to the complete documentation in the video description below. If you have installed and tested Dapr, let me know your experience in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Also, hit the subscribe button right now because I'm focusing on AKS best practices in my upcoming videos and you won't want to miss it. Thank you so much for your support. Take care and see you soon. Hey, thank you so much for dropping by my channel today. Here are some other videos that may interest you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to be informed of the weekly updates. Let's keep growing a fantastic learning community together. My goal is to assist as many people as possible on their cloud and DevOps learning journey. That's it, take care and see you next time.